Oh, the camera dirty, like always. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's me, Kiafa. Welcome back to my tribe. Alright, you guys, I'm actually about to go get Braylon from his summer camp, but I was posted up at Publix for a little while. I had to run in there and take care of some things, but I'm about to go get Braylon, so I figured I would just hop on here and see what you guys got going on. Maybe somebody will come in and I have a question or something I can answer, especially since I'm chilling today. Hey, the mighty one, is it the mighty one? How are you today? What you got going on? What's up, y'all? I'm on my way to go get my baby. Thank you guys for the likes. Oh my God, y'all came in showing love. That's what I'm talking about. What y'all up to? What's today? Today Wednesday. I'm out here. I was grocery shopping, but I'm finna go get Braylon because if I don't go get him now, I'll be late. And his summer camp in at 12:30. But I was just hopping in to see what y'all had going on. I really don't have too much to talk about. What do you think about med certs? I don't know what a med cert is. What's med cert? Is it like another cert, a medical technologist? Is that what that is? I think that's what that is. I just hopped on to see what y'all. I don't know what a med cert is, that mighty one, honestly. I just been, honestly, y'all, just kind of trying to put some stuff together to see what's going to work for me and what's not. But I don't know what the, let me turn this on so I can see, just in case I don't see y'all talking. It's crazy. My hospital merged with a program for surge tech. Oh wait, it's crazy. My hospital merged a program for surge tech with them for a 6 months accelerated program. Oh, that sounds cool though. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not familiar with that company specifically, but I will tell you that a lot of hospitals have been y'all hold on, I gotta make sure I'm going the right way. A lot of hospitals have been offering their employees a surgical tech program. Well, I'm finna have to pull over. Y'all on here today. Hold on, let me see. It said, what's up, surgical tech, babe? It's a platform used to offer certifications. Okay. My hospital did the same thing. A lot of people put it down. So I don't know if it's legit. You're gonna have me go look it up, but I don't know. I can't specifically say how other people are like other hospitals are, but I do know that hospitals are getting accredited or getting some kind of like program so that the surgical techs can go through programs and get some type of accreditation. But I'm not familiar with med cert, so I'll definitely, when I get done, I'll go back and do some research to see exactly what it is. But I have been noticing more hospitals offer a surgical tech program, and I think they should, in a sense. I think they should, because I think it's beneficial for the person if you don't have to give no time back, right? Like if you're not obligated to give them a certain amount of time, I would be careful with that, because I know some people, they be having like 2-year commitments, and that's like, y'all already know I'm not gonna tell you to commit that long. That's too much. It's only for experienced medical workers. Yeah, you have to be a medical assistant, SPD, or LPN. Oh, okay, that's cool though. Like, if you can get into the field, because for one, I'm gonna tell y'all why they doing this, because it's not like people don't want to be in the OR. A lot of people don't know about the OR. Like, being a surgical tech is getting more popular now, but most people don't really even know what surgical techs do, so it's kind of hard for them to want to go into the field. Most people that become surgical techs are already in the field, so it made sense that hospitals are doing it. But if you don't have to pay for the program, and you don't have to give them no time back, I say yeah. If you got to get them time back, I would be careful about how much time I would give up. Like, I probably wouldn't give up more than a year for the program, because a year would be what you would give up if you went to school for it. Y'all, sorry, I'm driving, so the camera gonna keep doing it. But I think if you can get accredited too, because if you end up getting a certification and then you stuck at the hospital, that might not be, the best situation for you if you really being like honest with yourself. But I would say look at how much the pay increase is, because it might not be even really worth it if it's like only a couple of dollars. But look at the pay increase. If it's accelerated, I'm assuming that would be 6 months. That probably would be worth it. But you're gonna do 6 months, and then you got to give them, if you got to give them time back after your 6 months is up, I'll be kind of cautious. I would be extremely cautious on that, because you don't want to, like I say, you don't want to lock your stuff in and you start making $20-something, $25 an hour because you owe them another year. Or if it's 2 years, I say no altogether, because 2 years is crazy. Like 2 years, that 1 year, the 1 year that you'll be there while you're training, or the time that you'll be training, and then you got the time that you can work there for like a year. I think a year and a half worth of training is enough. And then I'm gonna tell you to go travel. I'm gonna tell you to start working with travel agencies to get you the most money possible. Y'all already know that. I'm gonna tell you to go, if instead of going cross country, y'all, and I don't think I really kind of elaborated on this a lot, instead of taking contracts that are like far away from you, even though they'll probably pay more, instead of taking those contracts, start with something local, or take the local ones. Take the ones that you can drive to, because if you can drive there, then you don't have to pay for the housing expenses for another place. You could just stay where you at now and just drive back and forth. That's what I would do. Like that's the kind of contracts that I am looking for, if we gonna say I'm looking for a contract, because I can't even tell y'all honestly that I'm looking for a contract right now, because I'm really not. I gotta get some gas. How much time I got? Let me get some gas from right here, y'all. I really hate to have to get some gas, but I'm gonna get some gas. I really need to hurry up and go get Braylon. No, let me see. This one don't let me tap. I gotta go to another one because I got my I ain't got my card. I gotta tap. So let's see. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I just want to pop in because I said that I was gonna start going live. I told myself I was gonna go live way more than what I was going live, because I can go live more. Like I'm available to do it, since I can make my own like schedule and everything. But my plan is right now I gotta hurry up and get back home, because I got puppies that I need to feed and everything. So this is like the most hectic part of my day, honestly, y'all. Just trying to make sure everybody's situated and getting everything that I need to get done. I got some stuff coming for y'all that I've been working on too, so I need to go home and finish doing that so I can get that done. I want to have it, what I got for y'all, done by this week. So today Wednesday, so I got like 2 more days to have it done, and I can have it out by Monday. That was my plan. But yeah, you guys, I didn't have too much to come in here and talk about. I just come chatting it up with y'all. But I do think looking into these programs where you got the hospitals offering you the program, the surgical tech program, or any kind of program, I think that's a good deal if you don't have to get too much time back, like I keep saying, and if you don't have to get too much time back, for one, and two, the second thing, not a whole bunch of time back. I can't remember the other thing I was thinking about. Oh, and the fact that you can work, because if I'm not mistaken, you'll be able to work while you going through your program. I think you'll still get like your hourly rate. So if that's it, then I would definitely I would look into it. But don't give up too much time, y'all. Don't be joining these surgical tech programs where you got to spend like $30-something thousand. You know what I'm saying, to get the program. Like don't go crazy trying to get into this field. I just think that would be a bad financial move. What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday to everybody that's hopped on this live. Y'all hit the like button for me if you haven't already. They set the tone. The Almighty One hopped in. I know he hit the like button, and somebody else hit the like button as soon as I popped on here, y'all. So hit the like button for me. Let's get this information out to as many people as we can. I guess we can really, while I'm on my way to go get my son, we could just talk about a little bit of money, because y'all know I like talking about money. So that's where that's what I like. I like to talk about the money. So I was having this conversation with my friend. Thank you for whoever did go hit the like button. And then for the rest of y'all, when you get a chance, go ahead and hit it for me. But I was telling my friend how I told this guy on the live a couple of weeks ago that I wouldn't specifically quit being a surgeon. This guy was what is it called? Y'all? A phlebotomist, and he had his own business. So I'm thinking, like, you should just keep doing that. I wouldn't specifically quit doing my own business and then go I wouldn't quit doing my business to go work as a surgical tech. I wouldn't do that. But if you feel like this is a career that you really want to do, then by all means go try it. But I want you guys to be mindful that you need to have more than one stream of income, because it really do, oh God, that's the police. You really do get burnt out. So you got to be careful that you don't overwork yourself. It's like when people get into the field and they start buying new stuff, like I always tell y'all, they go buy cars and get a new house and all of this stuff, get new clothes. And then you working all these hours. And when you working all the hours, you really don't get to enjoy your life. How prepare you think of SPD? I think of SPD tech, because y'all know the instruments, you'll be fine. If you're an SPD tech and you're going to surgical tech school, because you already know and understand sterility is, at least on the basic level, sterility, and then you also know the instruments, I think it'll give you a heads up, like a leg up, I should say. Y'all, I think I turned down the wrong road. I definitely believe that you'll have more understanding of what's going on now. The anatomy, if you really want to learn something, go learn some anatomy, because that's where you gonna like. And honestly, with anatomy, you will learn it over time, but it really will benefit you to take some time to learn different. Oh, that's the road I need right there. It'll take you some time to learn different body parts, and especially like if you're gonna be working in multiple services, like how a lot of times I work in general, I work in GYN, ortho. If you work in all those kind of places, you kind of need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on when you get into that room, so you can know. The more you have an understanding of anatomy, then you know what instruments you can use, and the more you have an understanding of instruments, you know which, like it's like vice versa. If you know what body part you're working on and what type of tissue and bone and all that stuff that you're gonna be working with, if it's tough tissue, if it's delicate tissue, then you know which instruments to use. And so it's like they play off each other, and I think that's very beneficial when you get in the OR to understand, like, this tissue, don't give your doc or the assistant some bonnies and we working like on a freaking vessel, like, or we working on some really delicate tissue. Like if I'm when we doing a C-section, let's just say you're doing a C-section, when you cut, you got different types of tissues, right? So some of the tissue is more delicate, like when you're working with the uterus itself, you don't want to use those big old bonnies. But when we using some fascia, when you on some fascia, something a little more tougher, then you can use the bonnies. Maybe you use Russians on the uterus, and then you can use the bonnies on the tougher tissue. Or just knowing that type of stuff is gonna help you. Like, it's gonna help you, so you know what your different instruments are for. And then when you work in different well, ain't nobody behind me. When you work in different services, you can start learning which instruments you can substitute for another instrument. Because sometimes what I done learned is going to different facilities, sometimes they don't have a lot of one thing, right? Like they might have one set or 2 sets of something. Now, if you only got 2 sets, right, and then let's just say one of you use one, and y'all might not know this, but it take about 2 hours to turn over an instrument tray. I know everything you say. Ooh, hold on. You saying with those instruments daily. I'm saying I know everything you're saying. Deal with those instruments daily. Yeah, the instruments, knowing how to use the instruments, what you can use, like what I was saying before, like how you can interchange different instruments for different services. Like once you get more familiar with what you're doing, then you'll be more beneficial to the team. So let's just say I go to a facility and they don't have a major bone tray or whatever for whatever reason. Then whoever been working there the longest, or like maybe even the SPD people would know, okay, we might not have no major ortho tray, but we got, you know, a hand tray, a podiatry tray, or something that you can put together and make up something. Or I done used just different stuff. Sometimes like towel clamps for example. You can use a towel clamp and you might not want to, but you can use a towel clamp for a bone clamp. Like some people, sometimes you have to know that sometimes like those type of things help you out, like just knowing what you can use to supplement if you don't have what you really want. Y'all, I still ain't got no gas yet, but I'm almost to Braylon now, so hopefully we don't cut. Boy, that's gonna be a sad day if I run out of gas. I'm gonna be so mad at myself. But yeah, I think that'll be SPD techs, and LPN will be good too, because they actually understand too the anatomy for the most part. It's some nursing going on in there when you're taking, but for the most part, please don't hit me, car. You going really fast. For the most part, learning your instruments, learning anatomy, and just having common sense. Like, we don't talk about that a lot. People don't think about like how beneficial common sense is when you work in an operating room. Like, just thinking, like actually doing some critical thinking outside of what other people got to tell you. Like, don't be that one that people got to tell you the simple things. Be somebody that like try to think, but don't think too much. Somebody was trying to call me. Well, they thought they was gonna call me. I guess they don't want to talk to me no more. But yeah, so anyways, you guys, that's really all I got. I really don't have too much. I just want to come check in and see what y'all had going on today, like what y'all want to talk about. Them instruments gonna be beneficial for you to learn anatomy, critical thinking. If y'all want to talk about that, y'all know I want you to get out here and do what you need to do so you can get to the bag. Like, that's all I be thinking about. I be thinking about money. I think about money all day long, and not like to do things deceitful to people to get money, and to like money is not the rule of like my world. But I will tell you, when you have enough income, and because this is what I'm gonna tell y'all, people get into the medical field, like I was saying earlier, and you get burnt out, and because I be burnt out, and I know when I be burnt out, because my tolerance and my patient level gets like very minimal. So don't get burnt out. You're gonna be overwhelmed. You're gonna be like, it's gonna be a lot going on. You're gonna be learning how the facility works. You're gonna be learning the doctors. You're gonna be learning about your manager, your co-workers. You're gonna be learning all of this stuff. But you need to have some things in place before you get to the hospital, before you get to your job, that's gonna keep you focused on what your purpose is. Like, you need to have a purpose. Don't just be going to these jobs and working, and then before you know it, you done worked there for 5 years. You done bought a new car. You done had another baby. Now you stuck in this like rat race, and you really don't like the people that you like the place. It's not the best place for you to work at as far as your mental health go, but you still, you pushing through it because now you got all these financial responsibilities. I just want y'all to not put yourself in a financial bind and get stuck, because being burnt out, you're not benefiting yourself or your family. Like, if you get burnt out, you're not gonna be the most valuable asset to your household. You're gonna come home grumpy and shit. Like, you ain't gonna have the patience to deal with people and to just be, genuinely caring about people. Like, it's hard when you get burnt out and you be overworked. And in this field, y'all already know this. And if you don't know it, I'm not telling you to be scared, but it is gonna be difficult times. And just like with anything in life, you're gonna be faced with difficult times. So the better you are prepared for those difficult times, the easier that part of your life will be. You won't have to like be so stressed out. And if you prepare financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, all of the above, then when certain things happen, it won't affect you. Like, you can, when you go to work, because I'm telling you, I done been in and out these hospitals for a long time, almost 20 years, if not 20 years at this point. Just like my overall medical career. And when you working, girl, please don't walk out in the road. When you working all the time and you end up not really being balanced, what'll end up happening to you is that you gonna, the people that you be around you, they're not gonna be around you. Y'all gonna run into people that you gonna work with, they're gonna be grumpy, they're not gonna have like a uplifted spirit. And most of the time it's because their real life is stressful. They real life, they be like, you know, they got kids, some of them be in abusive relationships. Like, I done seen all kind of stuff at these hospitals, y'all, and I'm gonna tell you, like, the worst thing to be is trapped into a job or a cycle that you cannot get out of. And so I want you guys to just be as prepared as you can, mentally, spiritually, financially, because the whole point of you having a job is to have financial security. So if you working at a job, you're working to make money. And so if that's the case, then make sure that you making money more than one way. Don't just put all of your eggs in that job, because if you ever get into a time where you don't want to go to work and you got other streams of income, then you don't have to go to work. And I'm not just talking about that like just from my perspective right now, because y'all already know my perspective right now. Like, I ain't working so for nobody, I'm just doing my own thing. But if it came down to it, push kind of shove, I go hop on anybody's job. And if I really needed to, like, it don't matter what it is, it don't have to be surgical tech, it could be anything if I needed to. But right now I don't, because while I was working as a surgical tech and while I was training as a surgical assistant, I was still learning other skill sets, y'all, whether it's just by reading books or it could be anything. So I just want y'all to be like mindful that to avoid being burnt out, to avoid having to work in toxic environments because you don't have any other skills, and to avoid all of that, have more than one, hold on y'all, I'm trying to park, have more than one skill set. Don't hang on y'all, I'm sorry, hang on, let me get my life together because I'm trying to pull up and it's a bus trying to do something. I don't know what this bus is doing. Okay, let me park. Y'all still ain't getting no gas. I'm gonna have to go get some gas as soon as I pull from up out of here. Okay, I should take y'all to the water, but I ain't gonna show y'all where we at because I don't want y'all to be weird, because there's some weird people in the world. Okay, oh, I made it. My watch think I'm doing something, but I ain't doing nothing. So yeah, I just want y'all to be prepared, and so you don't get burnt out, y'all, because that's really, I think a lot of people don't realize that they need to take some time off from their job because they come in toxic. And if you toxic, that shit is like contagious. It spreads, and you can't be out here spreading bad energy to people. So work on yourself, work on your mental health, work on your physical health, work on your spiritual, like all of that. It sounds crazy, but it all plays a part into your overall well-being. People don't take the time out to really think about how their spiritual health affects them at work, or how their mental health affects them at work and at home. So you go home and your home environment might not be the best. That's a problem. You might need to address whatever's going on at home, because your mind is gonna be what's gonna help you. Like your mental health, if you go home and you're not in a stress-free environment, when you go to work, it's just gonna be amplified. Either you're gonna go to work and you're not gonna be you know, doing your job to the best of your ability, or you might start snapping on your coworkers, or, you know, it could be any number of things. So just be mindful that your mental health and your spiritual health goes along with your financial health. I keep talking about money on here because y'all don't understand. If you're going to work, you're going to work for money. So instead of me keep telling y'all to go become a surgical tech and to go travel with y'all, that's like just one stream. Like, do that. Yeah, go travel, go become a surgical tech, do all of that. Or do whatever you need to do that's gonna provide you with the stream of income, or the amount of income that you need. It's hot, y'all. Do what you need to do to provide yourself with the amount of income that you need, and just to pay your bills, just to get by. And then once you have established that, then you can decide, okay, well, what else? What's another stream of income? But being just a surgical tech, or being just an SPD tech, or being just an LPN is not gonna get you where you need. Y'all need to be putting money up. And not just in no 401k, because you got to understand what a 401k is. People don't understand that a 401k is pre-tax, is on the back end of the taxes, right? So you get your income, your earned income. I'm sorry, it's on the front end. Let me explain to you. When you do a 401k, they automatically put it into your checking account, right? I mean, into the 401k account. When you do that, talk during surgery. Yes, Stacy, you can talk. In some rooms you can talk during surgery. In some rooms you can't. Especially if it's eyes. You really not gonna be talking too much during eyes, because the patient is sedated and they not all the way asleep. So you gotta be careful with that. What else? Who else? It depends on the doc too. Some docs don't want you talking because they be all like stressed out and everything. Like, they just be anxious. But in most cases, you can talk during the surgeries. It's not like that. Ain't no. Some of them are though. Like in some rooms, you cannot talk, and they don't want you to talk. And then if you do talk, you might get kicked out of the room. Especially if you say something about, like, I don't know, if you say something, because the problem with talking, this is what I'm gonna tell you, the problem with talking is that you start letting people know exactly who you are based off of the words and the things that you talk about. So then when you start talking, then people start judging you because they think that, like, they might think, oh, you know, she eats at Golden Corral. Like, that's the problem. Like, I'll go to Golden Corral all day. I don't care. I love those doggone yeast rolls. Like, yes, I'm going to Golden Corral. But, you know, like, people judge you off of that. So sometimes until you get comfortable, like, until you can kind of find your place into the room, or like on the team, that I would just not even, at this point, I'm gonna just tell you not even say nothing if you want to keep your job, because you can say stuff and offend people, and then too, you cannot, if you don't speak to certain people, they're gonna be like, oh, she's not friendly, and then that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, but you can talk. But as far as the money go, I was telling y'all about a 401k. So the 401k, if you don't know, your 401k money goes into your account before it's taxed. So when you need it, it's got to get taxed on when you want to withdraw it from the account. So it's gonna get taxed when you withdraw it, and you gotta wait till you 59 and a half to even get it. So if an emergency come up and you need your money, you finna get taxed, and you're gonna get penalized on it. So that's why I'm not a fan for a 401ks, because the fact that emergencies happen and you might need your money, it doesn't benefit you to get it taxed, and then you're gonna get a penalty on top of it. So that's not really the full amount, you know what I'm saying? So I would say no to a 401k, even if you can get one if you want to, like the traditional one where you're like, sometimes the employer matches you a certain amount. I guess you can do that if you want to. But I take my financial education and my financial, whatever the word is you want to call, I take all of that I keep that myself. I don't put my financial strategies on other people. Like, you need to learn about your money. Most people, especially, and I say this in the medical field, because in like, as a real estate, like for real estate agents, life insurance agents, like entrepreneurs, they think with multiple streams of income. Like everybody that I know that's a business person that's outside of the medical field have multiple streams of income. It's the people that work at the hospitals that only have a 401k, and they might have some life insurance through their medical facility, and then they have their job. Those are their only sources of streams of income, if you would count those streams of income. They're not looking at it like entrepreneurs and like people that do gig jobs. So, and even with gigs, like you don't want to have multiple gigs, but you definitely want to have multiple streams of income, whether it's around one career. So let's just say if you have like you're a surgical tech, okay, boom, that's one stream. Then you write a surgical tech book or course or something, that's another stream. You sell some surgical tech merch, that's another stream. You teach surgical tech tips on study material. Like it's more than one way to do it. So I just want you guys to think it don't. And if you're not a surgical tech, think about what you're doing right now. If you're thinking about becoming a surgical tech and you're already a CNA, I know a lot of people think, oh, CNAs don't make enough money, and they don't. But you can still turn your CNA career into multiple streams of income. You can create a YouTube channel around your surgical or your CNA or surgical tech or whatever. You can create a YouTube channel around it. That's a stream of income. You can write a book based off your information and your experience. That's a stream of income. So create multiple streams of income within your mainstream, or if you only gonna have one, like mainstream, if you just gonna go to work, especially if you go to school, spend thousands of dollars on going to school, you need to be able to what's the word I'm looking for, like leverage you going to school. You have to leverage that knowledge that you just got. Hold on, y'all, I need to turn it on. You're gonna have to leverage the knowledge, right? So it don't even matter if you're a stay-at-home mom right now, honey. If you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, or if you don't have like a whole lot of money, take the money that you get. If you delivering Instacart, if you delivering Uber Eats, I don't care what you're doing, record yourself doing it. Because if you do it on YouTube or TikTok or a platform, then you'll build an audience up around that. On YouTube, once you get in a partnership, obviously you got to get 4,000 watch hours or 10 million views on a short, and you got to have 1,000 subscribers. But once you do that, just by simply posting videos consistently, you get ad revenue. So now you got a YouTube channel with ad revenue coming in, and all you really doing is making videos. So then let's just add another stream of income on top of that. You want to write an ebook, let's do an e-guide, right? That's another stream. You could sell socks, like as a surgical tech. If you're in any kind of field where you're doing prolonged standing, design you some compression socks. We know I'm in compression socks, y'all. I'm in compression socks even sometimes when I'm just doing hair. Like I do hair. I did some braids the other day. I ain't had no compression socks on, and I felt it. But like as a hairstylist, we'll use hairstylists. I can do the actual hair. I can sell hair products. I can sell courses to other hairstylists on how I'm getting my clients or things that's gonna benefit their business. I just want you to think past the surgical tech stuff, and that's why I keep harping on it, because I know that if you get in this field, it's gonna be a good 5 or 10. You will be in here about a good 5 or 10 years, and it's gonna be time for you to go, because it's gonna be too much of the on call. You taking all this on call. You got to get up early. You missing out on family functions because you at work and you had to go back to work because they let Dr. Smith put on a podiatry case at 6 o'clock, even though it's not emergency. You know, like it's the BS that come along with some of these jobs that you will get tired of. It's not the money. You're going to make money as a surgical tech. You're going to make, and you're going to make money as a travel surgical tech. As a regular surgical tech, you definitely should have more than one stream of income, because it's not enough money. Like if you're making $25 to $30 an hour after taxes, $25 to $30 an hour, you're gonna get hit on 30% of that. 33 at like around 30 to 33% is gonna be what you're gonna be taxed on. How are you living off of that if that's your only story? Well, most of y'all, it's not gonna be, because most people are two household income. So both of y'all working, and then but y'all really only bringing in about 60,000 between, excuse me, between two people, because that's what the average household is. It's about $60,000 with a two-person household. So that means at best both of y'all making $30,000. That means really it's less than that, because you got to get taxed on it. And you telling me that you only got one stream of income? Like, how? Like, you can't live like that. And then if something fuck around to happen, or excuse me, something mess around to happen, then your income even cut lower. Like, it just, you got to be mindful of what you're doing, like how you're setting your future self up. This is a conversation I be having with my 14-year-old. I tell him to set his future Braylon up, because the future Braylon is gonna be happy that the past Braylon did certain things for him. Like I be telling him, like he be wanting money. So I'm like, you need to keep working on your YouTube channel and keep streaming. Don't just be consuming all this content and on TikTok and you're not creating videos, because in 5 or 6 years, if you just posted one video a week, he's 14, right? And because I've been trying to come up with ways for 14-year-olds or like teenagers that's under 16 to make money. The only thing I could think of was going to be streaming and like basically YouTube affiliate marketing and things like that. That's what I was telling him, because he's 14. So the same thing I'm telling my 14-year-old is the same thing I'm telling y'all, because it works for 14-year-olds and 50 and 40-year-olds. So if I'm sitting here telling my 14-year-old, go in there, make a video of you streaming, playing with your friends, try a new video game here and there. Don't just stick with Fortnite and Minecraft. Like, go try something new and then stream that and see what happens. Y'all, I'll be doggone if I ain't been telling this boy for the last 2 years to do this, because I done bought him. He got a whole gaming setup in his room. He got the desk, he got the chair, he got a PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. He got multiple headsets, you know what I'm saying? So his world is really set up for him to be a gamer, but he getting caught up in, pretty much he was getting allowance, right? So now I start this allowance when he turned 14, so now he need money. So get in there, record a video, make it fun. Y'all know he came in and was like, Mom, I made a video, I got 4 viewers, which y'all probably like 4 viewers ain't nothing, but 4 viewers to him meant everything, and I was proud of him for even doing it. So I'm gonna just tell y'all the same thing. Go and start building your business. That's because your business, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's your crocheting business, whether it's you making earrings, you could do so many different things, y'all. Like these little cheap little hair store earrings. I seen this girl go to the hair store, buy some cheap earrings, wrap some thread around the earrings so they different colors, right, and charge more. I get a whole pack of these little cheap earrings for $2 at the hair store, right? So the girl got the cheap $2 that you get like a 3-pack for $2. So we'll say they like $150 something a piece. She got some thread, and then she could sell them for $5 to $6 a piece, even though some people might not want to do all that, but that was just her way of doing it. You could do so many things, y'all. It's just, you could create stickers, just do something at home. Then you got a business that you got at home, so now that's you getting tax write-offs. Y'all already know I get into this. You getting tax write-offs for having an at-home business. You getting income from your at-home business, and you can have your little job that you go to. It could be a surgical tech. Like I say, surgical tech for me, because when I was looking at it, I could go work as a travel surgical tech for, let me turn this car off because I still need gas. I could go work as a travel surgical tech for 6 months out of the year. And then the other 6 months, y'all, I've been learning. Like, I just sit home, I read books, I listen to audio books. I'm telling you, just start doing these little passion projects and just realize that it's for your future self. This ain't like the stuff I do today. I might not benefit from it for years down the road. You know what I'm saying? It might take a couple years for me to actually start seeing some of the benefits of the things that I'm investing in. But the 50-year-old Kiafa gonna be appreciative to the 37, the 38, the 39-year-old Kiafa that sat home instead of going out and spending all her money on dumb shit. She sat home and learned something. And then I ain't got to worry about my son taking care of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to worry about, by the time he get to college, we should be buying him a house where he going to college at. Like, so I had to sacrifice certain things, like my car. Some people feel like they need to have the newest Tesla. They need to have all it. Honey, I'm in a 2012 Nissan. It's got like 80-something thousand miles on it. I'm gonna push this Nissan until I can't push this month no more. You know why? Because I can afford it, and I can afford to fix it. And then what really matters to me is not what kind of car I drive. Like, it just doesn't matter to me. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. I don't see it. I ain't see it. Y'all know how this jump be going. I thought I had y'all on live. It say, how do you know what your schedule is? As a surgical tech, let me say, a surgical tech is a scrub nurse. So if you're talking about how I know my schedule is, when you get to the facility. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I was trying to check and see what that text message was. So with your surgical tech, with your schedule, they'll tell you the night before what you work in, or the day before, or you'll come in that morning and you'll just see what room you're in. I think I answered that. And a scrub tech is not a scrub nurse. A nurse is a nurse is a nurse. But some nurses do scrub, so those would be called scrub nurses. A scrub tech would be a person that's a tech, not a nurse. I hope that makes any sense. But some people do say scrub nurse because that's what at one point they was kind of called scrub nurses, but a nurse is a nurse. So not even like, you won't even say a scrub nurse. I wouldn't say a scrub nurse even for an LPN. Even though an LPN is still part of nursing, I would say a scrub nurse is probably going to be an RN that scrubs. If that's what, I hope I answered that correct. But yeah, so back to the money, right? I forgot what I was saying about the money though. I just want y'all to have more than one stream of income. That's really all it boils down to at the end of the day. Just get more than one stream of income. Be able to move how you want to move. The confidence that you're gonna get from when you learn that you can make money outside of the OR. Like when I first started doing little hustles, like I was already like a hustler, y'all. Like, this probably been in me the whole time. But when I really started realizing that I had like the upper hand in certain situations was when I knew I could go work PRN and I could work my schedule. I would pick what facility I'm gonna work at based off of who the doctors was and what cases I was gonna do. So I would be like, oh, they'd be like, you gonna come in to work tomorrow? I'd be like, oh, well, who is the doctor and what cases you want me to work? If they say something that I don't want to hear, nah, I'm gonna be at the house. I would go home. I would do hair. I would have like hair clients. Sorry, y'all. I would have like hair clients schedule. Then I would, once I got done, let's just say on a Friday, I would go to work. I'll work a couple hours. I'll be like, I can come get y'all 4 hours because I'm PRN at like four. I was like PRN at like 4 different facilities, right? So I'm PRN at these facilities, but I got control over my schedule really, because PRN is like I get to say what's what, and then with PRN as well, you get to say. They give you more money in some facilities. Some facilities they don't, but some of them they do. They give you more money because you don't get the benefits, right? So I would tell them, I'll be like, I can work for 4 hours, and so let's just say I want to go work. I'll go work with one of the doctors. Let's say I go work with Dr. Parks, and when he get done, I'm finna go home because I got client. I'm finna go do some braids. So I'll work for 4 hours. I'll go home, do some braids for like 2 hours. The braids that I did for 2 hours, it's cash, because that's what I'm telling my clients, bring me cash. So that's cash, right? So now I done made on some braids, y'all, like, it depends on what kind of braids I'm doing, but if I'm done in 2 hours, like normally it's about $100 or more, right? Depending on what it is. So I done made $100 real quick in 2 hours. That's at the house, and because how in Florida you can have a salon studio at your home as long as there's a separate entrance for your clients. So how my house set up, I got a whole mother-in-law suite in the back. So I turned my mother-in-law suite into my studio, my salon studio. Then the state board had to come out and inspect it. Once that happened, basically now I got an at-home business. Now I'm writing off my light bill, I'm writing off my my rent, I'm writing off my cell phone bill, I'm writing off toilet tissue and stuff that is required to run my at-home business. So I was doing that. Then on top of that, I started doing I was doing websites. So now I can build out a website real quick and sell that mug if I need to, or I can, you know, it was just multiple streams of income that I was creating. But the only way I was able to do it at the beginning was because Surgical Tech was supporting me. Like I was still working enough hours to make enough money to support my side hustles. And then my side hustle, it was honestly becoming my main hustle, but y'all, I got greedy and decided I was going to start traveling across country. So when I started going to California, that's when I started messing up, because at the end of the day, the clients that I was having, if I would have stayed place and just kept building up my hair business, I wouldn't have had to keep scrubbing and traveling. So I'm gonna just tell you, and you get burnt, you're gonna be tired of dealing with people sometimes. When you get a taste of making your own money and you ain't got to worry about nobody telling you need to be to work at 5 o'clock because Dr. So-and-so want to start cases early. Once you get to that, you're going to be like, okay, well, surgical tech is my side hustle. Surgical assistant is my side hustle. And then my business, whatever that is, that's my main hustle. So that's kind of where it is. That's where I'm at in my life right now on my journey, you guys. I'm not telling y'all to do what I'm doing. I'm just saying where I'm at on my journey right now. Surgical tech and surgical assistant would have to be the side hustle, but it can be a side hustle, and you can still, like, when I say a side hustle, you can look at it like from a year's perspective. It don't have to be like you looking at it from a daily or a weekly perspective. If you go work 3 months out of the year, that's a side hustle. That's your. But now this 3 months out of the year, you might mess around and make $30,000. That's what people make in their whole year, and your side hustle can do that for you. But I would say not to make it your main job. After a while, once you get your experience going, y'all, I'm finna have to wrap this up because I gotta go get Braylon. Once you get your experience going, you get out here and go traveling, grab a travel assignment that's within driving distance for you, so you ain't got to worry about it at the beginning. Everything that come along with traveling. And I probably need to go into another video about all the things that really require you to go into traveling. But instead of you going across the country, stay local, drive, and then maybe you can come home. If it's not a 5-day-a-week assignment, you can come home. Let's just say you only do that for 3 months. You done made $30,000 in 3 months. The rest of the year, you need to be reading books on how to start your business. You need to be learning how to invest into the stock market. You need to be learning how to invest into different life insurance policies and different businesses. That's the only way you're not gonna go crazy at these jobs and become one of these old people at these jobs. Oh, miserable. And they don't all be old, like literally old. They be like miserable with their real life because they got to come to work. And they might not have wanted to come to work. And then here you come in there, you all bubbly and cheery and happy, bushy tailed and happy, however they say it. And it's because you ain't working like how they working. You gonna work 3 months out. You gonna work 3 months out the year. The rest of the time, you finna hustle. You finna be selling your books. You finna be selling socks. You finna be selling waist trainers. You finna be selling hair. You finna be selling earrings. You gonna be selling, cutting grass, doing AC work, all kind of stuff. Like whatever you can do. Because I was not taking mine. I do got my surgical tech certifications, but I didn't start with one, because if you start with just one, then you're gonna be limited just to that one stream of income, y'all. And it's just not gonna be a good day when you realize that you got to get up and go to work and deal with somebody that you don't want to deal with, all for some money. When you could have been selling a book, you could have been selling this, you could have been selling fingernail polish or whatever. Like, I don't care. Sell like juice. If you're in your neighborhood, like if you're in a place that's like light juices and stuff, then you can start selling juices. You can create dinner plates. You can meal prep for people. Like, just think outside of the box. Do stuff that you're not gonna have so much of your energy and time tied up giving other people all of that energy Monday through Friday from January to December. This is going to be a good way for you to have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, overweight, stressed out. That's what that is. When you go to work, if y'all working somewhere, go look at the people that you work with. I can guarantee you they're going to be overweight, especially if you're in the medical field. They're going to be overweight and out of shape. That's what happens when you can't prioritize your mental health, your physical health, and your financial health. That's what happens. You get stuck going to work. You sitting there. You trying to make yourself happy. You eat a donut because you got people like me bringing cookies into work because I don't want to eat them I don't want them at home, so they got to be here. So I'm gonna give them to y'all. When it's holidays, I bring all that junk and sit it right at the doggone in the lounge and let all the people that don't have self-control eat it. Because I got control enough to get that shit out the house. It's got to get out of here. Because if I wake up in the middle of the night and I drink, if I got the munchies or something, and I mess around and get up and I want to, and I done I done had something to drink or something in the middle of the night, and I done had something that I woke up in the middle of the night. Now I got the munchies. I'm in the house eating cookies because there's cookies in the house. No, get that mess out the house. Don't be overweight, out of shape. Don't be like that. Prioritize your mental health, prioritize your physical health, prioritize all of that, your spiritual health. You have to, because if you don't, you're gonna be in a really, really sad place one day, and you're not gonna know how to get out of it. You're gonna be around here trying to pop pills, trying to feel better. Half the people that's in these hospitals on some kind of medication, mentally, emotionally. Don't be them. You got to find where your priorities are. Your priority is not gonna always be money. I gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If y'all was in here and you didn't hit the like button, please show me some love by hitting the like button. That was seeing some cosmic, vibes to the algorithm, and let the algorithm know that I'm doing what I need to do. I got to go ahead and get my baby. I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye, you guys.